is here periphyton in water bodies. The term periphyton arises from actually a Greek word that is meaning is peri, that means around, and phyton means plant. The next one, actually the periphyton refers to a complex assemblages of aquatic benthic photoautotrophs like algae and also prokaryote and other small living organisms. So actually the particular periphyton is a complex association of different organisms including different photoautotrophs, that is the photosynthetic plants or algae, and also it is including different prokaryotes and all and also it can be coming under small living organisms. So actually it is a complex association with all these particular organisms. So that is actually called the periphyton. Coming to the next point, it is heterotrophic and chemoautotrophic organism include bacteria, blue-green algae, fungi, and also protozoans, metazoans, viruses, and also decaying organic material are found among periphyton communities. So in periphyton communities, I have already told you, it is a association of heterotrophs as well as chemoautotrophic organism. And in this particular one, it will be including bacteria, blue-green algae, fungi, protozoans, metazoans, viruses, and also decaying organic matter constitute this particular periphyton community. Next one, coming to other introductory point, periphyton are one of the most important algae and other organisms associated with this particular periphyton substrates in aquatic habitats. So this particular periphyton community are very important as far as the aquatic environment is concerned. Next point, in aquatic habitat, it can be found in mangrove forest and also it can be found in estuaries. It can be also found among coral reefs and sanctuaries. So these are the different areas in which we can found a periphyton community. Now you can see a particular diagram that is, it is actually a mollusk, and you can see the molluscan shell, and around the shell you can see a greenish coloration, and this particular green coloration is actually called the periphyton. So periphyton is actually covering this particular molluscan body, that is the shell. That is why it is appearing the greenish coloration in this particular molluscan shell. Now I am coming to the importance of the periphyton. Coming to the first importance, it can be used as a tool for biologically monitoring water quality. So that is an important function. Whenever the water quality deteriorates or the water quality reduces, the periphyton can be absent from that aquatic environment. So it is a indicator of water pollution. Now the second point is that it is a major component in energy flow and nutrient cycling in aquatic ecosystem. So actually the periphyton is, I have already told you, the periphyton is formed of a complex association that is comprising blue-green algae and producers, then consumers and bacteria like degrading organism. So actually with respect to the food web is concerned, the periphyton is having all the different levels of organism comprising the producers, consumers, and also the decomposers. So in the food web, as a food web is concerned, this particular periphyton system is very, very important. Now, the next point, it is sensitive to many environmental conditions like water pollution, which can be detected by changes in species composition, cell density, ash-free dry mass, chlorophyll, and enzyme activity of the periphyton. As I have already mentioned, this periphyton community is very sensitive to changes in external environment. So, if any pollution or any other external environmental changes are there, that can be clearly reflected from this periphyton community. So, we can also say it is a biological indicator in aquatic bodies, water bodies. Another important point with respect to the periphyton is the foundations of a food chain or food web. Green algae are primary producers, perform photosynthetic activity, and subsequent energy synthesis for the entire community. This is another one point. The periphyton community is comprising producers, especially the blue-green algae. And obviously, this blue-green algae will be having the capacity to produce their own energy. So, it is called they are autotrophic organism. So, that particular energy can be utilized by the other organism in the periphyton community. So, that is the very good advantage as far as the periphytons are concerned. The next point is that since the periphyton community is having algae and other phototrophic organism, they will obviously producing oxygen. So that oxygen can be coming to the water body, and in turn, this particular oxygen can be assimilated by the organisms which are present in the water body, just like fishes. The fishes are taking oxygen from water body, so the oxygen concentration will be improved by the presence of periphytons. So that is another one advantage of periphytons. Coming to the next, another important advantage of periphyton is this: periphyton having the ability to consume acid from the water and thereby reducing pH of the water body, which otherwise may be detrimental to the aquatic organism like fishes. So this is a wonderful ability of periphytons. They are having a particular ability to absorb the acid from the water and thereby decreasing the pH. And this decreasing pH will be very much benefited to the aquatic organism like fishes. Otherwise, the fish will die due to the increase in pH. So, the periphyton having a definite role in decreasing the pH level of water. So, that will be very much helpful to the aquatic organism like fishes. Another one important point is that it is an important home for many living organisms like snails, frog eggs, tadpoles, especially during dry seasons, because periphytons are the excellent reservoir of water. So this is another one very wonderful advantage of periphyton. That is, the periphyton having the ability to store large quantities of water. So it can be also told as a reservoir of a water body. So due to this particular ability, the aquatic organisms or snails, tadpoles, or frog eggs can be survived, especially during the dry seasons. So during the dry season, we know that the water scarcity is there, but the periphyton will be a reservoir for the water storage. So all these organisms associated with periphyton can survive even during the dry season, when the water availability is very, very low. So that is another one advantage of periphytons. Now, coming to the next advantage of periphyton is this one. Periphytons can be added to eutrophicated waters to absorb the excess nutrients and thereby reducing the possibilities of algal blooms. So, as we know, the algal blooms are very, very important thing, and it creating a lot of problems in water bodies. So, as far as the periphytons are concerned, they will be actively absorbing the nutrients from the water bodies, thereby decreasing the nutrient level of the water body, and it will be definitely helping in reducing the algal formation or the algal bloom formation. So that is another one advantage as far as the water bodies are concerned. Now, going to the next one advantage, periphyton can be used to treat wastewater effluents to reduce its higher organic or inorganic load. So this is one additional advantage of periphyton, and it can be used to treat the wastewater effluents, and we will be getting pure water after treating with PERIPHYTONS. This is due to the capacity of PERIPHYTONS to absorb excess nutrients from the water body. So, the effluent treatment mechanism, the PERIPHYTON can be also used. I am here presenting a table with respect to the proximate composition of PERIPHYTON, and you can see in the table, the first one is with respect to the protein, and protein of the PERIPHYTON community is 26.54 plus or minus 5.73%. And lipid in PERIPHYTON, it is having around 5.70 plus or minus 1.70%. And coming to the carbohydrate content of PERIPHYTON community, it will be around 17.79 plus or minus 13.43%. Coming to the ash content of the PERIPHYTON community is 49.97 plus or minus 9.99%. And finally, the gross energy level of PERIPHYTON has been calculated, and it has been estimated that a value of 228.62 plus or minus 10.88 kilocalorie per 100 gram of PERIPHYTON has been obtained from this particular community as far as the energy is concerned. So this is with respect to the proximate composition, and also with respect to the energy level of PERIPHYTON community. So this is all about the PERIPHYTONs and its advantages. Thank you.